AskReddit. AskReddit. What is something that you are never effing buying again? X-ray glasses. Purchased them from the back of a comic book years ago. A Samsung refrigerator. Specifically the one with the TV on it. Damn thing is operated by Bixby and won't link up with anything except other Samsung products. It looked so promising, but man, it is the worst. OMGF Bixby. I'm so sorry. I've got an S9 and Bixby is built in. It's even got its own little button on the side. Why, Samsung? In Q-tips. That feeling when you pull the tip out and it no longer has the cotton on it. A freaking Sleep Number mattress. Piece of shit is like sleeping on an air mattress, and after a little while the sides lose their integrity, so the only comfortable spot becomes broken down. Forked out a lot of cash for that stupid mattress. The only one who seemed to like it was the cat. Furniture from a discount furniture store. The wood is so soft that I got several splinters from accidentally scraping my thumbnail on it, and my bed frame was not meant to be taken back apart at all. I'm surprised it survived the move, but it's definitely not making it through another. Diapers. Also, a vasectomy. PSH, look at this guy, only getting one vasectomy. Nah. Freaking nah. I used it because I was going to be out of town for a bit and didn't want to have to bother with shaving my legs, armpits or the goods. It f***ed me up bad. I followed every instruction on the bottle rigorously, which I never do, and I was rewarded with about a week and a half of itchy, red, inflamed, burning, horrible red bumps. I had to slather myself in coconut oil just to go to work and not itch every 5 seconds or experience horrible burning. Nair is fucking garbage. I used to work with a guy who thought it was a good idea to use it on his balls. Not sure why he thought he wasn't going to be mocked mercilessly for telling us that it burned him. Moroccan Klei. This stuff is basically raw meat that is left to rot, not dry, rot, in the sun and then packed in fat. I learned about it watching Andrew Zimmern try some on Bizarre Foods. He eats all sorts of nasty things, but he could not stomach this stuff. That should have been all I needed to not try it myself, but I read a blog post by some other celebrity chef type who said Klei isn't really rotten meat, and it isn't that bad, and that Zimmern was basically a pussy. So I ordered a pound of it online and made an omelette with it as recommended. Long story short, it's just literally rotten meat. I never even got to the point of attempting to eat it. The smell alone was just so horrifying. I had to throw out the pan I cooked it in and leave the windows open in the middle of winter all night, and even then the smell stuck around for days. Don't do it, kids. Anything from Wish. Hey man, I got some bootleg Amiibo cards from Wish and they're a treat. Land of Zelda printed on them. Things of beauty. Oh sh, I didn't know these were on there. Time to order some for free with $10 shipping. Off-brand toilet paper. Never skimp on toilet paper quality. Life's too short for single-ply toilet paper. Beats headphones. The hate on Reddit is legit. They only lasted a year. Edit. RIP my inbox. I purchased them on bestbuy.com thanks to a President's Day sale in which they were 40% off. I was desperate for noise-cancelling headphones and didn't do much research. They were great while they lasted, except the charge port stopped working properly and I could no longer charge them consistently. The port eventually gave out. A Furby. When they were popular, I made the mistake of asking for one from everyone. My mom, godmother, dad, friend, that was everyone, and I was shocked when everyone bought me one. In the middle of the night they would be awake plotting and talking to each other in their Furby language. Nightmares. Never again. A parking pass for college. When I did my generals at the local CC it was only $40 a year. At the university I'm transferring to they want $200 a year. My student ID lets me ride the bus for free and I can find free parking about 10 minutes away from campus. Cheap garbage bags. Trust me man, just buy the heavy duty expensive ones. It's worth it. I will never ever buy a habanero with the intention of eating it raw again. I recorded myself eating it on Snapchat and sent it to my friends. I'm not going to lie, it was the most spicy thing I've ever eaten, but I like spicy food, so I could tough it through. I got it down with some milk. However, this is where the fun began. You see, your asshole is made out of the same material as the inside of your mouth. What this means is that, just like your mouth, it can detect and react to the capsaicin in the pepper, which can remain potent even after digestion. My asshole was burning like someone shook up a box of fire ants, collected them on a branding iron, and then coated it with the molten insides of 1,000 hot pockets. And it wasn't just the shit itself that burned. My colon had absorbed some of the capsaicin, because even after passing, it was still burning. And not just burning like the day after you eat chipotle. It was absolutely debilitating. I was curled up on my toilet in a fetal position from the pain. My asshole was pulsating like the weak point on a boss in a shoot 'em up game. My ass had a heartbeat stronger than the one coming from my chest. I tried to wipe, but all this did is spread the capsaicin around and make it worse. I ended up just showering, so the water would drown out the noise of my whimpering. And it wasn't just that one shitting. No, my entire lower gut was on fire. Like someone had just fucked me raw with a 4-foot dick made out of stinging nettle and lemon juice. It wasn't till a day and a half later that I could function normally. And that, my friends, is why I won't buy any more habaneros. A Roborovsky hamster. I love her and all, but we were hoping for a hamster that we could actually hold and play with. Turns out, Roborovskis are the look at, but don't touch kind of hamsters. I had Roborovskis dwarf, named it Natus, because it's Satan backwards and that little fanged piece of shit was as backwards as Satan. Dude was a serial killer, body count of 5. He was like Rasputin, Russia's greatest hate machine. He would not die. They have a lifespan of 3 years, he lived 4. I had to keep him in a glass tank in solitary confinement because he damn near chewed through the metal bars of the second hamster cage I had him in. The first one was plastic, and it didn't last a week. He escaped, and I thought that was the end of it. 6 months later I find a dead snake on the porch and Natus. Dude would chew on the glass of the fish tank. He would backflip the 12 inches or so to the metal mesh lid on the tank and do fucking 4-legged pull-ups, little hammo going ham and getting swole. He would also run like 20 hours a day at Mach 2. He wore the bearings out of a high-end hamster wheel. This was after melting the hub of the first all-plastic one. I swear dude was Rasputin reincarnated with a chip on his shoulder doing his time in his little furry second life, determined to one day be born again as a human, so he could finish what he started. A parking pass for concerts. Taking an Uber from now on. Say hello to surge pricing when you try to leave. One time it was $60 for a $15 ride that it took to get there. Driver here. I shouldn't let you know this, but if you walk a bit and wait like half an hour, you can order from a place that's outside the surge. So take your time getting out. It'll only cheapen the longer you wait. Cheap toilet paper. My butthole deserves better. I deserve better. Oven mitt from the dollar store. I don't know how, but I think it actually intensified the heat. A lot has to do with the seams on those immo. My mother has the ones that open like a sock puppet, so a flat piece of fabric that spans the entire gripping surface of your hand. The dollar store ones are usually 2 pieces of fabric cut into a mitten shape and sewn together, and the seam is right along your hand, and the heat travels right in, and it's awful. I really want to know what the op bought that angered them enough to ask this question. Bad TP. Or maybe a Reddit gold IDK. A cat bed. I can use a box from an Amazon package and get much better results. I have a constantly changing cat bed. Every time I get a new order, the old cat bed gets recycled and the brand new luxury cat bed is unveiled, often with packing materials still inside. It's fun because it can go from tiny almost can't fit inside to like mini fridge size. We have a lot of fun at my house, me and my cat. I will never buy the first year run of a new model of car. I will make sure the model has had a few years to work the kinks out. Edit. In case anyone was wondering, I bought my wife a Chevy Sonic when they first came out. So many little things have broken in that car. Mostly small and convenient stuff, but some not so small. The worst was a crack in the air intake hose that was very hard to find. It's also obviously leaking coolant, yet nobody can find the leak. So many small electronic things having to be replaced. I've always found Chevy vehicles to be very reliable, but not this one. Never again. Anything that says hi, I'm Peppa Pig snort, and has no freaking off button. I'm a powerful dump truck. I rumble down the road, moving my load from here to there. Put the rocks into the hole. 1.2.3. Yay I. Damn it, I hate this toy. What I tell the grandparents. Preferably no toys that run on batteries. If it does, doesn't make noise. If it does, has an off switch. Stupid fire truck was a proximity mine with a mercury switch. Slightest movement and the siren went off. Off switch was in the middle of a sensitive toggle that was impossible to get just right. And when you finally turned it off, it yelled goodbye. It was a landmine. After sneaking out of the bedroom, punted that thing like Finkel. A dinosaur bedsit with matching curtains. Because these bad boys are going to last me a lifetime. Zippers. I own about 50. If one is broke, I send it back. They fix it for free. I still wonder how they make money. Might be a snowball scheme. You didn't decide this after buying 20? Nope. There are different designs. I like them all. I think you just figured how they are still making money. Those new chili lime Doritos things. I like spicy stuff and have gotten accustomed to things being labeled spicy that aren't really spicy. But those things are deceitful. The first one isn't hot. The second isn't hot. The third isn't hot. The fourth one isn't hot. It's not until half the bag is gone, and that shit's good and caked in your mouth, that it turns your mouth into Satan's a-hole after a Taco Bell run. And by then, it's too late. Sad, because they actually taste really good before it happens.